Did you know that most people decorate their aquariums in a way that makes everything prettier, but worse for the fish? That's right. Often, what seems like just a harmless decoration, a little house, a plastic plant, a colorful stone, can transform the environment into something stressful, unstable, and even dangerous. The most curious thing is that the opposite is also true. There are decorating tricks that make the aquarium much prettier and at the same time improve the health of the fish, reduce stress, increase well-being, and even help balance the water. Maybe you've already experienced this. You buy decorations because you want to make the aquarium more elegant, more alive, more Instagrammable. But then you realize that the water starts to get cloudy, the fish hide too much, or in the worst cases, stop eating. It's not your fault. Nobody is born knowing how to decorate a living ecosystem. And that's exactly why this video exists. Today, you'll discover 7 decorating tricks that are good for the eyes and for the fish. Simple, practical tricks that you can apply today. Some of them you've never heard of. Before we begin, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment on which fish you currently keep. Now, let's transform decoration into an ally for life inside the aquarium. 1. Natural plants. The decoration that purifies. When we talk about decoration, the first image that comes to mind is artificial plants. They are beautiful, they don't require much work, but they don't help the aquarium in absolutely anything. Natural plants, on the other hand, in addition to decorating, are part of a powerful process. They participate in the life cycle within the water. Think of plants as the lungs of the aquarium. They consume nutrients that could turn into algae, release oxygen, reduce stress on the fish, and create a natural landscape that changes over time. An aquarium with live plants seems less like a decorative object and more like a little piece of river inside your home. A very common mistake is thinking that natural plants are difficult. Myth. There are extremely simple species such as Elodia, Vallisneria, foxtail, and Anubias. These plants practically grow on their own. Now comes the tip. Use layered plants. Place tall species at the bottom, medium ones in the middle, and short ones in the foreground. This creates visual depth and safe zones where fish can take refuge. Fish that have somewhere to hide are more active, eat better, and live longer. Beauty is a bonus. The real benefit is the health of the system. 2. Natural stones and rocks. A scenario that brings stability. Many people buy colored or artificial stones simply because they are beautiful, but they don't realize that they can release dye, alter the pH, and cause harm to fish. Natural rocks, such as Siriu, dragonstone, basalt, or neutral sandstone, do something that few people know. They help stabilize the aquarium. The rocks create visual barriers that act as boundaries within the tank. This is essential for territorial species such as dwarf cichlids and bettas. When the fish has its territory defined, it fights less and rests more. Another benefit is the biological structure. The porous surface of the rocks harbors beneficial bacteria that help balance the water. This means less ammonia, less nitrite, and a better environment for your fish, all while giving your aquarium a movie-worthy look. But be careful. Always test the rocks before placing them in the aquarium. Drop vinegar on them, and if it bubbles, the rock alters the pH. Also avoid sharp rocks that could injure long-tailed species. The rule is simple. The more natural the rock, the more natural the behavior of the fish. 3. Logs and wood. The natural touch that releases life. Few people understand the power of logs. They are not just a piece of wood. They are an essential element in nature and in the aquarium as well. Quality logs, such as mapani, driftwood, or bent branches, add texture, shade, and shelter. But the biggest secret lies in the water chemistry. Logs release tannins.
natural substances that leave the water slightly amber, and contrary to what many think, this is extremely healthy for various species. Tannins have mild antifungal and antibacterial action, reduce stress, mimic the natural habitat of Amazonian fish, and make the environment more comfortable. Decorating with logs also allows you to create caves, arches, and paths. This improves water circulation, offers natural hiding places, and transforms the aquarium into an artistic setting. And there's nothing more beautiful than seeing a school of fish swimming among the branches as if it were in a real stream. Common mistake: buying untreated driftwood. Always boil, scrub, and soak for a few days to remove excess tannins. Another mistake is overdoing it. 2 or 3 well-positioned pieces of driftwood are enough to create a powerful visual effect. When you add driftwood correctly, the fish relax, and the aquarium gains soul. 4. The aquarium background, a detail that changes everything. This is one of the most overlooked decorating tricks, and one of the most impactful. The aquarium background, whether it's an image or dark cardboard, defines the visual contrast and directly influences the stress levels of the fish. Freshwater fish, in nature, are accustomed to environments with depth, shadows, and a sense of vertical protection. When the aquarium has a transparent bottom, the fish feel exposed, as if they were prey. It's common to observe skittish behavior, frantic swimming, or fish hiding all the time. Using a matte black or dark blue background creates a sense of depth, highlights the colors of the plants, makes the water appear more crystalline, and also gives the fish a sense of security. They don't see movement behind the glass. If you want a more artistic touch, textured backgrounds of stone, moss, or river work well, but never overdo it. Simplicity transforms. This is a cheap, quick detail that improves both the visual appeal and the experience for the fish. Those who change the background notice the difference on the same day. 5. Smart lighting. Beautiful for you, perfect for them. Lighting is the aesthetic heart of the aquarium. It's what makes everything shine: plants, fish, driftwood, rocks. But it's also one of the most misused aspects. First myth: the brighter the light, the more beautiful the aquarium. Truth: too much light stresses the fish and explodes algae growth. This is where smart lighting comes in. Enough light to enhance colors and keep plants healthy, but soft enough not to turn the aquarium into a theater stage. White LEDs, with a color temperature between 6,000 Kelvin and 8,000 Kelvin, highlight plants. Full-spectrum lights reveal the true tones of the fish. For dark fish, yellowish light creates contrast. For colorful fish, white light brings life. And here's the trick: create zones of light and shadow. Place driftwood and plants so that some areas are darker. Fish naturally seek shade to rest. This reduces stress and makes them swim more calmly and naturally. Another detail: schedule a stable photo period. Between 6 and 8 hours a day is usually sufficient. Too much light causes algae. Too little light weakens plants. Lighting is not just aesthetics. It's about behavior, health, and balance.
6. Functional decoration. Objects that look like ornaments but are shelters. When we talk about decoration, most people think about aesthetics. But there is a much more intelligent concept: functional decoration. These are elements that look like ornaments but in fact have utility for the well-being of fish. Examples: stone caves with wide entrances for shy species, ceramic tubes for nocturnal fish, dried leaves like catappa that release tannins and simulate a riverbed, hollow bamboo for fish that like to hide, artificial roots that create shade and reduce stress. These elements create micro-territories. Fish begin to explore more, swim more, and live with more confidence. A betta, for example, becomes much more active when it has hiding places. Shrimp reproduce better in environments with dried leaves. Tetras feel safer when there is shade. Common mistake: buying ornaments with holes that are too small, where the fish can get stuck. Another mistake is exaggerating the number of objects. An overcrowded aquarium loses water circulation and becomes a confusing labyrinth. The secret is to combine beauty with function. When the ornament serves the fish, it ceases to be merely decorative and becomes part of the ecosystem. 7. Correct substrate. The aquarium floor tells stories. The substrate is the basis of everything, literally. It's not just the sand at the bottom. It helps plants, influences fish behavior, and defines the entire aesthetic of the tank. For bottom-dwelling fish such as Corydoras, plecos, and some barbels, the substrate is an essential part of their well-being. Very coarse sand hurts the barbels. Colored pebbles release dye. Sharp gravel causes cuts. Fine river sand, natural gravel, and fertile substrates are safe and beautiful options. A decorating trick that helps fish: create layers of relief. Use gentle hills, flatter areas, and visually interesting paths. This makes the aquarium more beautiful and encourages natural behaviors. Bottom-dwelling fish love to explore gentle slopes. For plants, the substrate is life. Fertile substrates allow roots to grow, strengthen natural filtration, and make the aquarium more stable. Common mistake: mixing incompatible substrates, such as very fine sand on top of gravel. This compacts, rots, and creates oxygen-free areas. When you get the substrate right, the decoration makes sense, and the fish's behavior becomes much more natural. Now you know, decorating an aquarium isn't just about beautifying a glass. It's about creating a world. A world where every stone, every plant, every shadow, and every bit of substrate has a role. When you use these 7 tricks, something starts to change. Not just visually, but in the behavior of the fish. The water seems more stable. The fish swim with more confidence. The plants begin to grow. The aquarium transforms from a decorative object into a small living ecosystem. And that's magical. The best part is that you don't need to spend a lot. You don't need to buy complicated equipment. Just look at the decoration with different eyes. Beauty and function go hand in hand. Now tell me in the comments, which of these tricks will you apply first to your aquarium? If this video helped you in any way, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves aquariums. See you in the next video, where we'll continue transforming small aquariums into large living worlds.